we will recognize the Senior Vice Chairman, Congressman Benny Abante.
Attorney Camora. Alam ko naman na hindi kayo ang gumastos niyan eh. Kailangan nag-audit niyan. Kayo medyo nasisisi, di ba? Pero ang tanong ko nagkaroon pa kayo ng parang ocular inspection doon sa mga ni-rent ng mga safe houses? Wala
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Wala kayong ocular inspection report? Wala?
Wala, Mr. Chair.
Bakit? Wala ba yun sa rules
Wala
na
po siya
dapat
sa...
yung gawin yun?
Wala po siya sa joint circular, Mr.
Wala
Chair.
yun?
Wala
Oo.
po.
O baka naman ginagawa nyo lang yan in respect to the position of the Vice President.
Mr. Chair, hindi po. Kung ano po yung nasa joint circular, yun lang po sinusunod namin.
Kung ano yung nasa joint circular at kung ano yung sinabmit sa inyong tawag doon, accomplishment report or pakita nga uli yung, yung mga rentals dyan. Yun lamang ang pinagbabasihan nyo na panggastos. At yan, acknowledgement receipt, nakalagay 500,000. Kung sinapit nyo sa inyo yan, wala na kayong ginagawang iba, kundi paniwalaan na lamang itong acknowledgement receipt na ito. Ganun po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Lahat naman po ng NGAs, ganun ang treatment po sa safe house. Considering yung nature nga po ng safe house, hindi rin po nila di-disclose sa amin, Mr. Chair.
Ang pinagtatakahan lang namin dito sa committee, Tony Camora, is how 500,000, for example, can be used for 11 days. At anong klaseng safe house ang nirent, no? For 11 days na nagkakahalaga ng at least 45,000 pesos a day. Parang ano yun, Attorney Camora, sa yung palagay, di ba parang malaki? Parang napakalaki. Kung iisipin natin talaga.
Malaki po siya, Mr. Chair, considering malaki po yung confidential fund nitong agency po na ito.
Yung confidential fund ang tinitingnan nyo, pero hindi nyo tinignan kung paano ginamit ang confidential fund na ito. Tinatanggap nyo lang kung ano nakalagay sa acknowledgement receipt. Ganun po ba yun?
Basically, opo.
So there's no way for us, there's no way for you to be able to really verify. Kapag kasi meron kayong verification
Sa regular audit po.
Ha?
Sa regular audit po meron, pero sa Intel and Confidential Fund audit, wala po.
So there is no way for you to verify.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
O kinakailangan siguro, Mr. Chair, i-revisit natin tong batas tungkol sa confidential fund. And we ought to review and amend. Kasi nakikita ko naaabuso Talagay nyo, Attorney Camora. Kasi kung halimbawa nakakawala yan sa audit ninyo at tinatanggap na lang natin kung paano ginagastos yan nang hindi mo alam kung paano, we do not even know what happened to it, we do not even know how it is being used, we do not even know how big the property is, we do not even know how many square meters,
Yes.
we do not even know who the people are using it. And just imagine, kung 1 million po yan in a day, 11 days ginamit yan, that's 90,000 pesos a day. Or just imagine, 90,000 pesos a day. Mukhang talo pa yata yung bahay na uupahan natin sa Forbes Park when you speak of 90,000 pesos a day. Attorney Camora, hindi nyo naisip yung ganung bagay. Basta, sabi nga ni Congressman ako, hook, like, and sinker. Tinanggap nyo yan. Walang question.
Nag-base lang po talaga kami sa requirements ng joint circular. And also, hindi naman po kasi lahat ng agencies may confidential funds.
Yun lang po talaga.
Base lang po talaga sa joint circular. And hindi lang naman po COA, since joint nga po siya, it's an effort po ng COA, TND, DBM, GCG, and DILG po, yung joint circular.
Wala talaga tayo masyadong makukuha pa ganyan, di ba? Dahil sa merong joint circular na yun lamang ang nakalagay. Am I right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to divert my interpellation to Major General Nolasco Mempin. Okay, so we will give way muna sa OVP or tapusin muna yung OVP, so later on we'll go to the Department of Education. Major Pin, mamaya na. Mamaya tayo mag-usap.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Last to interpolate sa issue ng OVP is Congressman Ernix Dionisio. And then we will now proceed to the DepEd. First to interpolate is Congressman Johnny Pimentel. The Chair would like to recognize Congressman Ernix Dionisio for your interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Ma'am Kamora, Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask some questions lang sa ating COA representative, si Attorney Carmora. I remember, Attorney, nung ilang beses na rin ako nakapagtanong sa iyo, you have always been cordial, respectful, and to the committee, and I believe that you're always prepared. At napakabait po ng demeanor nyo. Thank you for giving respect and answering the questions to the committee. I hope you can answer some of the observations of these humble representations, ma'am. Ma'am, na-notice ko lang po kasi, habang nag-check po ako ng documents, meron po tayo do sa rental ng safe house. Naririnig ko po kanina sa tanong ni Congressman Acop at ni Congressman Chairman Joel Chua na, ma'am, tama po ba na mga acknowledgement receipts ang basis po ng COA sa pagsusuri nitong mga to, yung sa rentals, ma'am?
Dito po sa OVP, Mr. Chair, yes, acknowledgement receipts po.
Oh, kasi nung naririnig ko yung line of questioning ni Congressman Acop earlier, which nakikita ko maganda yung line of questioning, trying to find answers, trying to dig deeper, medyo nahihinto tayo because tama po ba dahil acknowledgement receipts lang ang basihan po natin?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sa inyo po ba, ma'am, wag na po bilang COA representative, wag po muna bilang abogado. On a personal note, kayo po, matagal na rin kayo sa COA, alam ko po lagi tayong may pinagbabasihan ng mga bagay-bagay. Pero as a person, as an individual, with your years of experience, gano'n na po ba kayo katagal sa COA?
8 years po, Mr. Chair.
8 years is substantial time, ma'am. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Siguro nakapag-develop na rin tayo ng how do I say this, innate gut feel natin if there is something wrong or if things are regular in nature. Tama po ba?
Mr. Chair,
Ma'am, just ano lang to, we're speaking candidly. Don't just tell me yung personal lang natin, ma'am. Kasi tayo in every endeavor natin sa career natin, sometimes we develop yung personal nating pag-aaral. Di ba hindi naman lahat nakabase lang sa dokumento? Kayo po ba sa personal nyo, nakadevelop kayo ng somewhat, say natin na yung innate panunuri nyo?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Although as an auditor, parang less than 2 years pa lang po ako as an auditor sa COA. Mas leaning
yes, ma'am.
towards the legal.
Opo, para lang mapabilis tayo, ma'am. Kasi ako, itong documents na nakita ko, ilang oras pa lang po na habang pinapakinggan ko lang base kay Congressman Acop and Congressman Joel Chua, ang ating chairman ng committee na to, meron na po akong na-observe na parang sa tingin ko, nakakapagtaka. For example, ma'am, if I may continue, Mr. Chair, tama.
Please continue.
Nung fourth quarter po noong 2022, ilan po ba yung ginamit para sa rental expenses?
For 2022 po, 16,000 po.
16,000,
16
ma'am?
million, sorry. 16 million po.
And it was spent for how many days po, ma'am?
For 11 days po.
For 11 days. Some would say that it might be too much, but it's really hard to assess since it's just acknowledgement receipts that we have. Tama po ba, ma'am?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
So, going to the line of questioning po, sa first quarter ng 2023 naman po, ma'am, magkano po ang nagastos for rental expenses?
For the first quarter, 16 million din po, Mr. Chair.
Pareho po.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano pong duration naman siya ginamit?
It's February 6 to March 29 po ang nasa accomplishment report nila.
So, matotal po, ilang araw po yun?
56 days po.
56? Or more or less, no? Nasa
More or
mga
less. 53.
50-something days. As to
53.
compared to 11 days back in the fourth quarter. Tama po ba, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ayun, kasi parang, actually, ma'am, yun lang po yung na-notice ko, na parang with the same amount, but with a different number of days. So, I understand na parang, yun po ba hindi suspicious sa inyo or regular naman po kaya yun sa tingin nyo?
Well, personally, I find it medyo steep po siya. Considering na 11 days lang po. But,
Hindi, yes ma'am, pero nung sumunod na quarter, parang mas humaba na. Napagkasya naman yung same amount na sinasabi nyo po, di ba?
yes, Mr. Chair.
So do we both agree na parang mas mura yata yung pagkakagastos nung sumunod na quarter?
Yes, Mr. Chair, considering mas mahaba.
Mathematics lang eh, no? 11 days versus 53 days. Eh nung kayo po kayang second quarter naman nung 2023, ma'am, magkakano po ang nagamit?
16 million din po, Mr. Chair.
So it's the same amount every quarter. Tama po, ma'am? At least for the fourth quarter of 2022, for the first quarter of 2023, and for the quarter 2 of 2023, it's all the same amount po, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And may you repeat again the amount po?
16 million po, Mr. Chair.
Dito naman po sa second quarter ng 2023, gaano po naman katagal ginamit?
66 days, Mr. Chair.
66, ma'am.
Yes, Mr.
So mas humaba.
Yes, Mr.
Ma'am, if you may repeat
67
nga,
days.
medyo nalilito ako, maraming numero. Yung yung quarter 4 ng 2022, for 16 million, ilang pong araw ginamit?
For 2022, 11 days po.
11 days. So, nung quarter 1 naman ng 2023, makikita dito, ilang araw po ulit, ma'am?
53 days.
53 days.
Opo.
So, with the same amount, mas marami ng araw ang paggamit.
Yes, Mr.
Nung
Chair.
sa quarter 2 of 2023, with the same amount of 16 million, ilang araw naman po ginamit? 66 ang sabi niyo po?
67 po, based on computation ng...
67 days.
Opo, Mr.
So having said that, ma'am, sa personal po ninyong opinion, being an attorney and 2 years in the audit department of the Commission on Audit, hindi po, regular po ba yung ganon na same amount but different number of days?
Well, personally po, medyo steep nga po yung lalo na po yung sa 2022 since 11 days lang po siya.
Na 16 million for 11
Yes,
days.
Compared po dun sa 2023 na almost parang...
Ma'am, ano po bang basihan nyo dito sa lahat nito? Bukod po sa acknowledgement receipt, meron po ba kayong breakdown na itong mga paggamit ng pondo na to?
Yung nasa accomplishment report po, Mr. Chair. Yung accomplishment report, yung report nila.
But did it say po, ma'am, kung saan ginamit? Anong klaseng facility ba ito?
No information,
Wala pong
Mr.
information.
Chair. Opo.
So, very bare po.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Based on the observation of this humble representation, Mr. Chair, parang I agree with you and Congressman Acop that there has to be a new law that we have to make, to be able to check so that we can protect better the funds of the people. Your Honor, ito po, if I may, meron pa po akong konting oras. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ang quarter 3 naman po, ma'am, ng 2023, magkakano po ang nagamit para sa rental?
Mr.
If I
Chair.
may repeat, Mr. Chair, it's quarter 3 of 2023.
It was 5 million po.
Ma'am, pakilakas po. Ano po yun?
5 million po, Mr. Chair.
5 million.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Parang malayo po doon sa mga nakaraang quarter.
Mr. Chair, yes.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Mama. 16 million fourth quarter of 2022, 16 million quarter 1 of 2023, another 16 million of quarter 2 of 2023, tapos ng quarter 3 of the same year, biglang nag-drop po ng 5 million. Tama po?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Para sa ilang araw naman po nagamit yung 5 million na yon? Yung durations po,
79
ma'am.
days po.
Sorry po?
79 days.
79?
Yes po.
So, mahigit 2 buwan.
Yes po.
Hindi po ba na parang nakakapagtaka na 5 million na pagkasya sa 79 days, tapos medyo extreme kumpara sa quarter 4 ng 2022 na 16 million for 11 days?
Pwede pong ganun, sir, na extremely malaki yung gastos nung 2022.
Parang malaki yung discrepancy.
Yes,
So,
Mr. Chair.
I think any person could simply or easily deduce a question na kung napagkasya yung 5 million for 79 days ng quarter 3 in the year 2023, bakit kailangan gumastos ng 16 million for 11 days sa quarter 4 ng 2022? Yun yung tinatanong ko kanina, ma'am, na bilang parte ng Commission on Audit at isang attorney, abogado, na 8 years na rin po kayo sa commission, yung para bang hindi tayo dapat maging ministerial lang. I do understand that we base everything based on documents. Being a lawyer, I'm sure that that's how you process everything. Pero gaya ng sinabi ni Congressman Acop na bilang tagapagbantay ng pondo ng taong bayan, siyempre naroon din naman yung pagkakataon na may gut feel tayo. Na siguro apart from each document na nakikita natin, if we see something out of the ordinary, like what we are mentioning now, maybe we can, I don't know if you can do something about it. Or siguro it is imperative nga, that's the reason why importante itong committee ng Blue Ribbon is to, in aid of legislation, so we can craft laws, Your Honor, so that things like this that won't happen again, that at least a COA will be able to dig deeper apart from just acknowledgement receipts. No, kasi medyo your hands are tied, just you're basing it on documents. Tama po, ma'am, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Pero pasensya na po, if I may ask, on a personal level, medyo meron ba kayong nafe-feel na irregularity?
Siguro, sir, medyo steep, lalo na po yung 11
You do agree
days
na medyo meron
sa
parang ano?
2022 po.
Your Honor, just if I may have one last minute, na tataka lang po kasi ako based on documents. Meron kasi ditong quarter 4, 2022, quarter 1 to quarter 3 ng 2023. Parang wala po ako nakikitang quarter 4, fourth quarter ng 2024. Ilan po ba ang nagamit naman dun sa period na yun, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, wala po silang liquidation for the fourth quarter ng 2023.
Fourth quarter ng 2023, wala na
Wala
po.
po, Mr. Chair.
Bakit po kaya?
Based sa sa ATL po, wala po yata silang cash advance nung fourth quarter.
So in short, ma'am, would it be accurate to say na wala pong ginamit na rental nung fourth quarter of the year 2023?
Yes, Mr. Chair. And lahat po nung remaining na confidential fund nila, hindi na nila nagamit.
Hindi na nagamit.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So another question can be raised na ano po kaya yung programa na pinaggamitan kung bakit bigla na lang ng fourth quarter hindi na kailangan ng funding doon. Yun yung parang pwedeng maisip ng simpleng tao na bakit biglang nawala na lang yung funding na hindi na lang biglang kinailangan. Tama po ba, ma'am?
Tama naman po, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Well, again, Mr. Chair, thank you po, ma'am, for always being cordial and putting a smile in this committee. Mr. Chair, yun lamang po, if I may reiterate, pasensya na po that I took a little bit of time of this committee. Yun lang po talagang na-notice ko na medyo malaking discrepancy na nung fourth quarter of 2022, 16 million for 11 days. Tapos nung third quarter, naging 5 million for 79 days. We cannot dig deeper. That's why in aid of legislation, we really have to craft laws for us to be able to dig deeper na hindi na po maulit. Na at least may kasagutan na po sa susunod ang COA sa atin. Yun lamang po, Mr. Chair, and marami pong salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, Congressman Ernix Dionisio.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Acop.
before we leave the budget of the OVP, can I ask a few clarificatory questions?
Yes, with the indulgence of Congressman Johnny Pimentel, Congressman Acop is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Camora, binasa ko po lahat yung 34 na acknowledgement receipts. There's no duration. Hindi po sinasabi na ito dito sa acknowledgement receipts na ito na yung, for example, December 21, 2022, 500,000, walang duration. So, how do you interpret this? Is this for 1 day or for 11 days?
It could be interpreted po na for
Tinatanong ko po siya, how did you interpret this?
since meron naman pong sinubmit, hindi na po namin, as long as it is within the period po of the cash advance.
Paano po yung 500,000, ang date is 31 December 2022. At saka may undated acknowledgement receipt, 250,000. Paano nyo in-interpret itong mga ganito, Madam Kawa?
Usually po, Mr. Chair, tinitignan lang namin as long as it is within the period nung cash advance.
Yes, but
Opo.
how do you interpret, for example, last December 21, 2022, 3 acknowledgement receipts were given, right? In the amount, totaling the amount of 1.1 million. I can interpret it that it's payment for the safe house for 1 day, not for 11 days. Why? Kasi paano yung date na acknowledgement receipt na December 31, 2022? Is it for 11 days also or for 1 day?
It is possible that it's for 1 day only.
1 day.
It is possible,
Tapos
Mr.
ang
Chair.
safe house is worth 500,000 pesos per day.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano kayang klaseng safe house yun? Kaya yun po yung sinasabi namin dito na hindi po kapanipaniwala yung mga documentary evidence of payment submitted. Di po ba? Talaga bang sa acknowledgement receipt, for example, for the payment of rentals, hindi nakalagay doon yung duration? Wala po?
Wala po, Mr. Chair. Based dun sa itsura niya kanina, Mr. Chair, wala pong duration yung...
Ilan po kayong taga-COA na nandito? Ilan po kayong mga taga-COA? So, may I ask those members of COA, nakita nyo na po yung pagtatanong ko, pagtatanong ni Chairman, pagtatanong ni Congressman Dionisio, don't you find anything wrong with that joint circular? Pwede ko bang makuha yung kasagutan nyo? Wala po kayong nakikitang mali o hindi tama doon sa joint circular na yon?
Sino po yung pinaka-head ng COA? Yung pinakamataas po na nandirito? May we... Could you please introduce yourself, ma'am?
Your Honor, good afternoon, everyone. May I be recognized? I am Director Sofia Himora of Cluster 1,
Director?
4.
Okay. Ma'am, nakapag-oath na po ba kayo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The last time we were here, the last preceding
During the last
to
hearing?
this. Yes,
Apa.
yes, Your Honor.
Sige, you may continue, ma'am.
Tanong ko po, Madam, I would like to repeat it. Sa pagtatanong namin dito sa hearing na ito, pwede ko po bang malaman kung wala po kayong nakikitang diferensya doon po sa joint circular insofar as the liquidation of confidential funds is concerned?
Your Honor, I would say that the fact that my jurisdiction is on a regular audit, so of course you know that there are so many rules on those auditing rules when it comes to our regular audit, and for that of the confidential funds, we are bound by the joint circular.
Hindi naman,
So-
hindi. Madam, let me cut
Yes.
you there. Kasi ito na po yung last na, ako na po yung last na magtatanong tungkol sa confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President. Ang tanong ko po ay, after hearing, narinig nyo na po lahat ang katanungan at kasagutan ni Atty. Camora sa aming mga katanungan. Don't you find anything wrong with that joint circular insofar as the liquidation of confidential funds is concerned? Walang
Well-
mali? Walang diferensya? Ang tanong ko lang po naman is answerable by yes or no. Bakit hirap na hirap po kayong sumagot sa amin ng yes or no?
Your Honor, with due respect, of course, with all your inputs here, even during the last hearing, so it would appear that when we should have looked into the details, which it is we do it in a regular, on a regular audit. The fact that you have said that how many there is reasonableness of the payment for the safe houses provided by the Office of the President with regards to the confidential funds. So if we may relate that to looking into the details on to substantiate these expenses charged to the confidential fund, of course, in my opinion, as an auditor for the regular audit and all of your questioning earlier and even in the last hearing, I would say, of course, that the joint circular should be revisited and all the inputs here should be reflected in the joint circular, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Auditor. You have satisfied my question. Marami pong salamat.
Maraming salamat din po
Thank you,
for
Mr.
this
Chair.
opportunity.
Ma'am, I understand that you are not the only one who crafted the joint circular. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. The
So-
fact that it's a joint circular, it's crafted together with the DILG, the Governance Commission for GOCCs, the National Defense, the DBM, and of course the Commission on Audit.
So maybe you could also give inputs to the other departments who are together with your commission to revisit the joint circular. Tama po
Yes,
ba?
Your Honor.
Thank you po. The Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Johnny Pimentel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My interpellation would focus on the implementation of infrastructure projects in DepEd. I would like to direct my questions to Mr. Epimaco Dinsing. Mr. Dinsing, are you still connected with DepEd?
Your Honor, may I, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Epimaco
I left
Densing,
DepEd
you are
effective
recognized.
September 30, Your Honor,
September 30, 2024.
2024.
Bakit po kayo umalis sa DepEd, Mr. Dinsing?
With the intention of running for public office, Your Honor.
Hindi ba kayo tinanggal sa DepEd?
Hindi po.
Because from what I gathered, you were made to submit a courtesy resignation.
Opo, ahead.
Yes,
Opo.
you did.
Opo.
And your courtesy resignation was accepted.
Tama po yan.
It was short of saying, a courteous way of saying that you are out of DepEd. Actually, from the information that I got, nakiusap ka pa na ma-retain dun sa DepEd.
No,
But
hindi
the
po.
administration did not allow it. But anyway,
Yusek Densing, may I remind you to please address the Chair?
I apologize, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
anyway, that is another matter. Kailan po kayo na appoint sa DepEd, Mr. Dinsing?
Effective, yung document is July 18, 2022, and I acted as Chief of Staff until December 31, 2022.
July 18, 2022 to September 30, 2024.
Apa.
So yung first appointment mo, pagpasok mo sa DepEd, anong binigay na position sa iyo?
Until December 31, Chief of Staff muna po ako dahil ina-arrange
Staff.
pa yung mga bagong appointees at the time. I was the first appointee at the time, Your Honor.
No, when you entered July 18, were you appointed as Chief of Staff, Undersecretary?
At Undersecretary, Chief of Staff, yes.
Undersecretary.
Chief of Staff, yes.
Undersecretary for what?
Chief of Staff.
So concurrent yun, Undersecretary and Chief of Staff.
Tama po. That was the first position
You
at the
served
time.
then as Chief of Staff of Vice President Sara.
Tama po yan, as of December 31.
So sabay kayong pumasok.
Ahead lang ba siya? By, July 1 po siya. Ako July 18 officially.
Aside from the DepEd portfolio, ano pang government service na napasukan mo na?
Prior to DepEd, I was DILG Undersecretary.
From what year?
From 2018 to 2022, and I entered the DILG as Assistant Secretary for Plans and Programs from 2016 to 2018.
Prior to the ILG appointment.
I was from the private sector, Your Honor.
So in short, as a government public servant, you only served as DILG Assistant Secretary and DepEd Undersecretary.
Tama po yan. 8 years in total, Your Honor.
Aside from being a Chief of Staff, ano pa bang ang designation sa inyo?
Nung first 6 months po, in office, yun lang po. Then when the Matatag agenda was formulated, the form reform areas included infrastructure. So by January 31, during the basic education report, I was announced to take care of the infrastructure strand, newly created, Your Honor.
So what does that cover? You were in charge of the school infrastructure and facilities.
Tama po yun.
Is this a division or department? Or a program? Ano bang ibig sabihin nitong
It's a strand, Your Honor, like the curriculum and teaching strand, like the administration strand. So it's a policy level position, Your Honor.
So what covers, anong mandato mo dito sa school infrastructure and facilities?
It's to create policy on how infrastructure should be made, creating the long-term strategic direction. Nagkaroon kami ng comprehensive school infrastructure development plan for 2030. Then, coordination with DPWH because the implementer of the new construction of DepEd is DPWH, not DepEd.
Were you involved in the procurement of the school buildings?
No, Your Honor.
But you were in charge of the allocation of the budget of the school buildings.
The identification, Your Honor. We have a committee to do that.
And ikaw ang in charge doon sa identification.
Ako po ang in charge, pero sabihin, I had a committee created for the identification.
Okay, ano ba ang mga programs doon sa school infrastructure and facilities?
So it includes, Your Honor, new construction implemented by the DPWH. Then we have the school furnitures implemented by the regional offices. And we have the last mile school, electrification, water systems, and implemented by the division offices.
So if you started in 2022, in short, you handled the budget for 2023 and also for 2024, hindi po ba? For the school buildings.
For the 2023 po, hindi po. The school buildings was under the administration strand. So I only took over 2023.
What was the budget? What was the budget of the 2023 school building program?
The original budget was 5.9 billion. Yun po ang nasa NEP. And it
That was for 2023.
23 po. That i-explain ko yung original po. 5.9 billion sa NEP. It was only limited to 5th and 6th class municipality. Then pagdating po ng paglabas po ng GAA, nadagdagan po ng 9.7 billion. So a total of 15.6 billion 2023 GAA.
For 2024,
2024 sa NEP po is 19.7. By when the GAA came out, it became 24.7 billion for 2024.
so you covered din ng SIF yung Basic Education Facilities Front Programs, hindi po ba?
Opo, tama po yun.
So under din sa iyo yun,
Ang alin po yung?
yung BEFF, the
Opo.
Basic Education
When you say
Facilities
BFF,
and
that's the
Programs.
total infrastructure program.
But there is a discrepancy. Sabi mo kanina, 19.7 billion ang
NEP.
allocated.
NEP.
But it states here that in the 2023 GAA, the amount of 23,417,897 pesos was appropriated in the GA for 2023.
Your Honor, that's BFF. So that includes new construction, which is 15.6 billion, my electrification, my water system, my repairs around 4.9 billion, and I think last mile school. So a total of 23 billion, Your Honor.
So you were the one in charge for the identification.
Tama po yun.
Aside from the identification, anong pa ba ang mandato mo as undersecretary? What exactly is your designation? Undersecretary for what? For operations, for administration?
Starting 2023, Undersecretary for School Infrastructure and Facilities, starting 2023.
So, sakop mo nga lahat ng mga school buildings.
Tama po, tama po.
Okay. So, you're the ones who decided sinong bibigyan ng school buildings kasi sabi mo kanina, ikaw ang nag-identify. So, you're the ones, kasi ang proseso po niyan, nagpapadala yung mga school superintendent division or rather the schools division in each district or in each province, they have proposals for the repair, for the construction, and it goes to your office. And then, ikaw ang nag-identify sinong popondohan. Dahil hindi naman pwedeng pondohan lahat, hindi po ba?
Tama po, tama po.
Correct.
Pero for this purpose, Your Honor, I made sure that it is equitably allocated. That's why in August 4, 2023, we created a National Technical Working Group composed of 4 area managers, members of Education Facilities Division, merong operation strand na outside their sa SIF strand para ho fair ang allocation and based on needs. And there's a criteria. The criteria is 70% should be allocated to those which are in makeshifts, yung talagang walang classroom from the very beginning, and 30% allocated dun sa may shortage, kagaya ng 2 shifts, 3 shifts, yun po, shortage po yun. So nakafocus
Mr. Chair,
po dun.
merong committee na nagde-decide
Tama po yun.
kung sinong bibigyan ng allocation.
Opo.
Based on the proposed list of the divisions. Hindi
Tama po.
ba?
We assume na validated na rin siya.
So in short, ikaw talaga ang nagde-decide kung sinong binibigyan.
Once na nagawa na ng listahan ng yung komite, I just accept it at is because I assume that they follow the criteria that we set.
But I think you're the one who is really deciding because if I recall, during the budget hearing, Mr. Chair, for 2023, ang pinadala po ni Mr. Dinsing during the party consultations, pinadala ng DepEd during the party consultations, if you remember, for every budget hearings, before the pre-plenary budget hearings, may pinapadala po ng mga representative, in most cases it's the secretary. I recall in 2023, during the budget deliberations, kayong pinadala na regarding sa mga school buildings.
Tama po yun. I remember that was, I think, 3rd week of August 21 or 22. Tapos at that time, tapos na po yung listahan na ginawa ng National Technical Working Group. I think the list was supposed to be around 15.1 billion. Yun po ang pinresent namin sa consultation.
So in short, you really have a big role. You have the big role in identifying and allocating funds for the different divisions with regards to school buildings. Hindi po ba?
Tama po, tama po.
Ngayon, ang tanong ko, in the 2024 budget or the National Expenditure Program, there was an allocation for Surigao del Sur, in fact, 2 districts. One in the amount of 103 million pesos for, if I'm not mistaken, Tagbina National High School, and another 70 million pesos for Barubon National High School. But unfortunately, in fact, there was already a notice from DepEd to DPWH to conduct the biddings already. However, all of a sudden, the biddings were stopped because accordingly, the funds are not available. Paano po nangyari yun, Mr. Chair? Na nakalagay na nga doon sa National Expenditure Programs, pagdating doon sa 2024, nawala yung budget.
Ang nangyari po noon, Mr. Chair, sabi ko nga, meron na identify na 15.1 billion yung National Technical Working Group, which we adopted as is. Yun po ang present namin sa mga ating congressman.
But Mr. Chair, it was already included in the NEP. Paano mawawala yun?
Ang nangyari po, Mr. Chair, ganito, nung paglabas po ng General Appropriations Bill, yung 19.7 naging 24.7 billion, pero yung 14.7 billion nagkaroon po ng Annex A. In other words, these are the projects identified by the various congressmen. So yung aming 15.1 nawala. So since nawala siya, ang una namin ginawa, yung lahat ng may malalaking allocation ng 100 million pataas, yun ang una namin kinat para ma-allocate sa mga maliliit. So yung aming 15.1 at the time naging 5.8 billion na lamang, lumiit po ng husto.
So, Mr. Chair, in short, you took it upon yourself to cut the budget without notifying the congressmen. Sabi mo kanina, may mga identification mga congressmen. You took it upon yourself, being the head of the SIF, to cut the budgets of the different proposed school buildings. Ganun ba?
That was because there's no more budget in the general appropriations bill. We had to cut for that everybody will also be allocated.
So how did you decide, Mr. Chair, kung anong kapuputuloy, anong tatanggalin doon, anong bibigyan?
Well, ang decision lang muna is patanggalin yung mga malalaki, which is yung mga 100 million pataas, 80 million taas. Because, Mr. Chair, as I already mentioned, that policy was really to go multi-story kasi wala na pong buildable space. Kaya medyo malalaki po yung ating building ngayon to maximize buildable space. So, yun po ang nauna. Yung mga 100 million pataas, 80 million pataas. So, yung natira mga 50, 40 million,
Ayun
two-story,
nga, tinanggal
three-story.
ninyo eh. Yung multi-story, tinanggal ninyo doon sa district ko, Mr. Chair. Yun ang tinanggal ninyo.
Well,
And not only that, there was also a 200 million peso project in District 1 na tinanggal din ninyo.
Hindi ako familiar in detail, pero I don't remember there's a 200 million school building in any school for that matter.
You know what, Mr. Chair? I'll give you an explanation bakit ninyo tinanggal. Do you know a certain Mr. Greg Murillo?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
Sabi ko kanina, Mr. Chair, the 180 million pesos was already included in the National Expenditure Program. But upon bidding, it was recalled. But prior to the bidding, this Mr. Greg Murillo, who's a close friend of Mr. Dinsing, called me. At itong sinabi niya, kamusta po kayo, Congressman? Sabi ko, mabuti naman. Congressman, meron po lang kayong budget na 170 million pesos para sa district mo. O sabi ko, yun nga, naka-schedule na for bidding. In fact, binibidding na yata. Sir, pwede daw muna, mag-usap daw muna kayo ni Mr. Dinsing. Those exactly the words of him, pwede tayo magharap-harap tayo, baka naman pwede makipagkita ka kay Mr. Dinsing. And sabi ko, para saan? Alam mo na, may pag-uusapan kayo. Right there and then, I already knew anong pag-uusapan. Si Mr. Dinsing hihingi ng komisyon. So, I told Mr. Greg Murillo, whom you admitted is your good friend, sinabi ko doon kay Mr. Murillo, why will I give money to Mr. Dinsing when this has already been allocated in the National Expenditure Program? So I did not entertain that anymore. And Mr. Chair, lo and behold, the funds did not come through. Kinancel yung bidding and then nawala na nga because I did not come across to the request of Mr. Dinsing na humingi siya ng komisyon. And not only that, Mr. Dinsing, hindi lang akong biktima niyan. Marami pong mga congressmen, and for the record, I want to put it in record, maraming mga congressmen na nagsabi din sa akin that you approach them. In fact, there is one congressman in Visayas that you were asking for 18% commission of the school buildings. Kasi ikaw nga ang nagdidesisyon kung sinong bibigyan, sino ang tatanggalan. In fact, it is on record. You just said kanina na ikaw ang nagdesisyon kung sinong tatanggalan, sinong bibigyan. Not only that, sometime last year or probably within this year, you met with some of the congressmen in Manila. I already talked to them. Humarap ka doon, may kasama ka pang contractor. Do you know a certain architect, Ralph Texon?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yung po ang kasama mo nung humarap ka sa congressman sa Manila. And just the same, you were implying, you were asking for a commission, hindi lang yun, sinabi mo pa na yung contractor mong gagawa, itong si Mr. Architect Ralph Texon. And that is the reason why, Mr. Chair, tinanggal si Mr. Dinsing sa DepEd. He did not resign. I knew from the very beginning that he will be taken out because there were already anomalies in the distribution, in the allocation of school buildings program. In fact, Mr. Chair, nung pag-alis niya sa DepEd, may isa pang inipit na 34 million pesos sa Bislig Central Elementary School, which is in my district. Now, I will not mention anymore the name. One official of the new administration sa DepEd called me. Anong sabi sa akin, Mr. Densing? Kung meron ka bang project na 34 million sa Bislig Central Elementary? Sabi ko, meron. Ano, nakabidding na? Hindi, in-stop nga eh. Sir, ito, ilalabas na ho namin. Inipit ho ni Mr. Densing. And that is the reason why, Mr. Chair, this person was taken out of DepEd because of his anomalous practices in DepEd. Yun po ang katotohanan niyan. Nakiusap ka pa na ma-retain ka pero hindi na tinanggap ni Senator Sani Angara, and that's good for DepEd because you have been doing the rounds para ka nang nagbebenta ng isda. Inaalok mo sa lahat ng congressmen ang allocation ng school buildings asking for a commission.
Mr. Chair, may I now respond?
Yes, please.
Well, first of all,
respond.
it's blatant lie asking for commission. And that's the very reason I'm process-oriented.
Sasabihin mo, Mr. Chair,
Process-oriented po ako, Mr.
ang mga
Chair.
congressmen, gusto mo mag-executive session tayo, ipapakita ko sa iyo mga congressmen.
Sige, wala akong nakausap. Yung sa Manila nyo,
You
I was
are
I was
lying.
never with
You are lying,
Architect
Mr. Densing.
Texon.
Order,
And I
please.
can cite you for
1 minute
Mr. Chair.
suspension is
Mr. Chair.
declared by the chair.